In this particular case, it made it into the barricade, completely up to the barricade.
And that's a metal barricade.
That's a metal barricade. Now, I do not know what caused the roof of that portion of the terminal to collapse, but it certainly was.
Can you walk us through again what you heard and what it was?
I just heard a very loud, what you would assume to be a bang, a very loud crashing type noise. And I exited the office. Folks were running in the opposite direction, obviously screaming.
What types of injuries did you see?
A number of them. I mean, you saw folks bleeding from the head. You saw folks limping. Folks were on the ground that couldn't move, for whatever reason. It just was bad. The folks, in a situation like that, there's just a lot of crying and screaming and Tom screaming. I was not on the train. I was actually just in the terminal, looking to pick up a different train, and that's when the accident occurred.
And we've been listening to people there who were on the train or on the scene, and this man saying that people were running, they were screaming, they were crying. There were people who could get out on their own, but others who could not get up. And as we take a look at these pictures that came in right after this train crashed, and we have been hearing unbelievable stories, so let's listen in again.
Going to slow down. Folks stand up, which is normal. You're going to get off, so you're standing there waiting, and it just rolled, and they said it doesn't stop. One gentleman I was helping, he basically said to me, I knew it wasn't going to stop, and I braced the front seat, because I knew it wasn't going to stop. And then he just said then things just started, people started flying and seats going forward and stuff like that.
Did you see the train hit?
I did not see it hit, no. I just heard the noise, and when I came out, it already was where it was at.
People were pretty badly hurt?
I mean, there were definitely some bad injuries.
And you were saying you were trying to assist some of those who were injured.
We're just trying to help people. I mean, folks were not, you're in a daze, you don't really know what's going on. Just try to help folks, get them to an area where they could be assisted.
What does it look like inside that terminal?
Well, when I exited the terminal, just what I did was I helped some folks, to an area they were trying to get some folks into the seating area, and then eventually they wanted those folks completely out of the building, I guess, for whatever reason. So we were helping Tom Spina.
How do you spell that last name?
S-P-I-N-A.
Go ahead, Tom.
So basically, I was just assisting some folks to get them outside, the ones that could walk, and get them outside. I mean, it's not a good scene. I mean, the train was there, and the ceiling is kind of collapsed on top of a portion of the train, and there's, as you can imagine, there's wiring and there's water pipes and things that are just there's just stuff everywhere. Yeah, and thank goodness, you hate to see anything like this happen. It's just ridiculous. But it's an accident of some sort. It's something that it's just something that happened.
One of the big concerns was people trapped. Did you see that?
I did not see folks trapped. I did not see that. Now, they did an excellent job. Those folks that work for the Transit Authority, the Port Authority Police, the Hoboken Police Department, I saw them. They pulled the windows out. They were assisting folks to get out of the windows. The doors were open. They were getting folks that could move off the train out of the train and getting them out of that area, putting them in a safe area where they could be looked at by medical professionals. So.
And for those people who are just joining us, can you tell us, were there people on the platform at the time that the train was
I have to be honest, the only thing I saw at the point when I stepped out of that customer service office was folks running away from the train, running away. So I'm assuming that those were some of the folks that were on the platform. I did not see anyone on the platform per se on the ground or anything of that nature, but there certainly were some major injuries from things falling, people bleeding from the head or wherever, and basically running away from the area.
Did you see people injured?
Definitely. I mean, there were definitely many injuries.
Did any of them appear to be passengers who were actually on board the train?
Yeah, there were certainly people being taken off the train, which were on the train, which had different types of injuries. Yeah.
Can you describe where you were? I'm just joining in here.
Sure.
Where you were when all this happened?
I was in the customer service office inside the terminal, and I was speaking to a ticket agent when this accident occurred. I heard the noise. Obviously, I ran out to see what was going on. Yeah, the train was through the terminal and into the wall, and that's it.
How did you get out? What was it like getting out?
Well, I didn't leave immediately. I probably should have, but human nature is you want to help folks. You know, there's people that are hurt. You can't just walk away from that. Or at least I can't just walk away from that. So I tried to assist until, you know, I mean, there were transit authority workers there, and they came right over as well. But you try to help folks. You know, people can't walk. I mean, the guy's got his ankle is broken or whatever it is. So you help that person to an area where he could have a seat. People are in shock. There's things like that. You just try to help folks.
How soon after did emergency responders show up?
I mean, they were there, I have to tell you, within minutes. Oh, I can't give you a number. There were just people all over. There was a lot of injuries. There was so many. No, I honestly have to say no. You don't. You know, you're just going to work. People are just going doing their daily routine. You never expect things like this to happen, ever. You know, and whatever the cause was, whatever the reasoning was, you know, it happened, and it's a very, very unfortunate thing. Hopefully, most of the folks, maybe it's minor injuries, maybe these folks will be fine. But it's, you know, you have to, you get on a train every day, or you get on a bus, or you get on a plane. You never think things like this happen. You just don't think it's going to happen. You know, you put your faith in the folks that are doing their jobs. That's what you do.
And we're now hearing 3 people were killed. Your reaction?
I can't say. I did not see anything, but I can tell you that by the look of the way the train was and the way that the roof was and stuff, you know, you would have to say that, you know, if folks didn't make it, you know, it's horrible.
Can you describe, for those of us who joined you a little late, can you describe the scene yourself?
I mean, I just saw basically the train had gone through the terminal and hit the end barricade, and part of the terminal roof had collapsed, and you know, there was just people running all over and injured folks trying to get out of the way, and it was just a chaotic scene. Definitely not good.
What did you hear or see when it happened?
Just a loud crashing noise and just a lot of chaos. Folks running around trying to you know, get away from the area, and other folks running to help folks, and you know, injured people trying to get help and things like that. It's not.
Sorry, what's your name, sir?
Tom Stevenson.
Spelled
S-P-I-N.
and
What's your last name?
I am 52.
and so you were on your way to work.
I got on the wrong train, and I wound up in Hoboken basically by mistake. So I should have been, at this point, I should have been home. You know, I worked overnight. I worked since 7 a.m. yesterday morning, so I shouldn't be here. But,
So you were on what train were you trying to get?
I was trying to get to, I should have gotten off at Secaucus, and I should have got on the train to go to Newark, and I was on the phone, and I didn't hear the announcement.
We've been listening to Tom Stevenson. He took the wrong train and was at the Hoboken station when all of this happened, but